Hello and welcome to Sierra Leone Media Live on YouTube and Facebook, and welcome to a special edition today, which is Thursday, and we will bring come for another edition as we normally start on a regular basis as we bring on come this special program. Today we are here in the UK live at the Sierra Leone Media Studio in London. Well, guess what? I have a surprise for you, and that surprise is one of the biggest surprises ever one can bring within the Sierra Leone media platform. But again, as you always know, me have Tboy, Sylvester Juma, and I'm meeting at the London studio. But guess what? Today I have a gift for you all that lives in the UK. You can also all tell and say, we able for find something, see na net, not to Sante, me go see. Or we find on Sante, see not to make you go see. But if you don't find on Sante, we don't see and we don't find them back on it, and we see them back on it. So we brought to you none other than the man himself. Juma Bah. When I lie, Juma Bah, welcome to Sierra Media in the UK.
Hello, family owner. Good afternoon, good evening, good morning, and good night, depending on whose part of the junior owner fell herself. I will join Tboy for say welcome to Sierra Media. Live on Facebook, YouTube, and we other social media platform. On we usual how they go inside the public program, and also I don't miss with. We don't get the question them boku, we don't get the target, we don't get the plaba them boku, but here we are. We say samba thing and timing. Not so how you sabi fair to if you don't get the timing, you lost the fair. Yes, so we go have time. But we don't come back. Tboy, I'm happy to be here with you live. Now we studio number one.
But they're not going to believe that.
Yes, I'm right here in the UK with Tboy. If you not see me here from the airport, I still not sleep yet. Tboy say we for do this program. So I'm right here. I'm happy to join you again. We viewers them out there. We glad for you now. Anyone that we don't miss we hope say una go glad that we there so we tonight today. So Tboy.
Here. And you want that Juma say he glad for me to be now London. Well, as you all know, London one of the hottest places right now within the UK, and I believe say the heat weather is very, very, very hot in Juma, and I don't sweat. Come on, imagine America come on some hot place right now. But to side, it's still the sweat right now because we're inside a hot environment in the UK. Because Juma,
yes,
I don't need for welcome you in London because you know also now so GC now we get for the GC we get for go America because no one they go and we refuse for go. I don't do all kinds of things. I don't make sutka, full saga,
don't make cool, we don't plan, we don't plot,
all kinds
we don't bank, we don't cast.
Can you imagine?
You know
what? I come.
They wait for you
very soon.
They wait for you. And once you do, I'll show you. When you go to the United States, you will begin think twice why you know we don't come all the years.
When you see you make another one go day,
all them years.
The UK people and you see the Israel make another one go day because they want to go hijack me and I didn't agree.
We get to do bigger and better stuff.
Oh, so only do bigger and better stuff.
They do great things now, so but we want to do greater things than the United States.
Because Juma,
yes.
I don't know what you're going to offer me in America right now.
Come and see.
Everything has been offered.
Come and see.
I don't know what else hasn't been offered.
Well, come and see. When you come, you taste, you feel them, then you go understand what they talk.
No, I get plain phobia for fly the Pacific Ocean.
Right.
The Atlantic Ocean number.
You will do like Dennis Bergkamp, the Arsenal player, we know the travel go overseas, for good reason.
No, they give me halfway flights to somewhere close to the United States border, then I can drive into the States. So I can go through the Mexico, so then maybe Canada.
But I'd say if you don't reach Canada,
I can drive not go inside.
Yeah, but 6-7 hours, 5 hours, so yeah.
But anyway, it's good to see you.
Thank you.
I remember the last time we was in 2022, then one for go remember?
Yes. Now see live as alone. So that was like 2 years ago.
Yep.
I have this time actually. So we went there in June.
Yep.
So we're there June, the whole of July, and first week in August now we left. So yeah. So
how you left?
We left. Let's just be that way. You know, say we left. We go inside, mission accomplished, and we come out stay back sample unscathed. So Yeah, so 2 years this time we'll be there together. So it's always good to meet face to face again for new things, and because it's different.
That's a different world. Not the same.
No. When we dey virtual and when we dey face to face, na different thing. And
So the face-to-face experience for the one that we not don't see me, give a small expression of it.
well, people for understand are the dynamics there because but people know really, and I'll tell you this. I want to give a shout out to a lady where go see me in a St. Edward Secondary School. They're old boys.
Mhm.
They do a lunch on in Maryland. And guess what? The lady has to see me so. I know this face. Say no, don't say anything. Say I Gem Media. I say yes. He say you what is his name again? The other guy. I said Tboy. He say yes. He say I can enjoy na how na the banter, na the broke na head and all that thing. But one thing where unique about Tboy, myself and Femi, because of the length of time we all work together and with mindset, we dey finish each other's sentence, we dey think for each other on the spot. We're able to improvise things. So that's what we dey build on each other's strength. So for me, that's the unique thing.
I just come on a mosque this afternoon. I miss one young gentleman. As we don't pray down soon, he came approach me. He say, how is it? I'm like, fine. He said, I want you to teach me some of the things you do. So I'm like, okay. What about you want for that? Oh, I been doing video in a salon, but just come and we say one for beginning something I mean mosque really not recording. I said, okay. But check my number. Can you believe what you will write my name?
You sure? Say something.
I said, you know me already. It just said Tboy Sierra Leone.
Yeah.
I'm like, how do you know me? He said, you sound me. They watch you, man.
Yeah.
That's it. Oh. But like you mentioned, we don't get that kind of attack on a regular basis all the time when we go out here with the people ask, hey boy, Juma. Say Juma dey. What that's trouble someone? I said, no,
you not trouble someone.
No, you.
No.
Because if you're watching the court case between me and Juma, whether it's trouble someone.
Tboy.
And Uda can talk the word the way they make people next, but you need to see them.
Not Tboy.
Not so me. But anyway, welcome and just give you a brief. This is your program, so
Yeah.
I didn't left from that you earn and then you meet the intro.
Fabulem, Tboy and Femi, they've been very, very busy. Sierra Gem Media not stop for operate or for function or for do activities, just that we slow down on the politics a little bit, focused more on community activities. If you now find out a lot of things have been happening within the Sierra Leonean community, particularly in the UK, where on the back end, Sierra Gem Media, they provide a lot of technical support, and community help in terms of doing weddings, in terms of doing funerals, in terms of doing naming ceremonies, sports events, you name it, everything, and even they do cross Atlantic funerals, they cover for people and stuff like that. So some of them are close people to me. So you can't say no. So Femi and Tboy have been busy, right throughout the week in, week out. So, but we don't decide say it's time to start our current affairs, how they go inside the republic, and some form of politics, because come what you want to say, this is a political season again. We will say 2023 don't not say it, but we are leading up to 2028.
Yeah.
But between 2023 and now, a lot of things have happened where we feel say it is high time for us to start again for continue for do things. Yes, we're going to get the hiccups here because of we schedules them, don't change work schedule and other commitments. That make we not do like regular programs as soon as I want. But definitely we don't start again. And today we'll get a banger for now. Yes, a big banger. Yes, so go ahead, Tboy.
Can you imagine, Juma never follow we start this program, nothing other than a banger. We have banger in one of the most interesting things that happened within the past couple of weeks in Sierra Leone. And we realize, yes, we've been quiet for a while, but at this time around, we need to start again with watching people in Lek, watching people in Lek report. That's all man go like you. But when they want to like we, they still appreciate me because sometimes we bump into them and they say thank you for the hard work and thank you for the messages and thank you for the interesting and fair comments and judgments and statements that they make. Sometimes they ask, where do you guys get all this information from? How do you do your research. What's the challenges that you're facing? But they ask me how they do. Because when we say how they go inside the Republic now, world business. So today, I think we realize say a lot has happened within the past 2 weeks within the SLPP as a political party in Sierra Leone. Then you get APC as a political party in Sierra Leone, and then you get the rest of the Bobo Jama. It's not about the rest of the Bobo Jama today, it's just about focusing on SLPP and most of the activities the way they happen within their political party. Nothing to do with government, it's just the political party itself and some of the activities they really don't do within the past couple of weeks. And moving forward as a political party, what is their agenda for flag bearership and how then they work together in harmony, work against each other, work for each other, and how they build their own momentum when we don't all accept and believe, say, yes, His Excellency the President, Julius Maada Bio, definitely need to run for 2028, and now then you look for a successor. But before we go to the successor, we'll go on for touch briefly on the elections the way they don't get when a convention will happen last week, and they don't elect several new members of their hierarchy positions in their executive bodies, and we don't see the various different representation, and we will discuss about that briefly before we come now into the nitty-gritty of the topic of today's program. Juma, what's your take on the convention? And I know the convention don't get so much hiccups over the past couple of years.
Right.
We've seen the drama with last convention before getting the 2023 election. And leading up to this one, we've seen a lot of other drama within the party itself. What's your take?
So before we go down, let me just introduce the topic back to reverse them for the one that we're not too familiar. We say inside the succession, Sierra Leone People's Party 2028, uncovering ambition, the ambition, alliances, and aspirants. So we do it deliberately because it's a succession plan.
Yeah.
And but that's the topic, mostly one for look at. President Bio did it today, you understand? It on this is his second term. So according to the Constitution of Sierra Leone, no president, not for do more than 2 terms. The 1991 Constitution. So after this time, he not qualify for run for presidency again under the Constitution of Sierra Leone.
Yep.
As at this moment. So in political party, when are the incumbent, definitely usually they can first make them convention. So the plan is to look at who that we can succeed them as flag bearer and presidential candidates.
Right.
Not so who that they can succeed them as president of Sierra Leone. No, there is a difference. Because no while people go misquote, we say we don't say that SLPP they win.
I know.
So that clarification so now part of that will therefore discuss. But before you get to that level, you get forget the lower level elections or conventions where they don't get the national convention and they don't elect the national officials according to the laws of the Sierra Leone People's Party and according to the laws of Sierra Leone, and every laws will govern elections and political parties in Sierra Leone. So that's not the level we then don't reach so far. If we go put them into perspective in terms of waiting don't happen, waiting don't happen within the last 2 weeks, I have never ever seen up until, was it today or yesterday, now the history of Sierra Leone politics, we can to intra-party elections and competition. I have never seen it.
Well, I agree, but I haven't seen that.
Yeah.
What you have seen.
But with a candidate.
Okay.
So far, for months now, the Sierra Leone People's Party don't do the lower level elections. They did the youth wing or young generation, and so then they call them the SLPP, the APC, they call them Young Congress. So they don't do the young generation. We see they make the elections, they begin for council and do a rerun because one particular group win, where the other one then tower say they not win, confusion happen there, and then they begin for do I think the same person win again. But we will come to the interest groups as we advance the conversation. We see again the last one leading up to 2023. The hottest one was the women's wing. The SLPP women's wing was hot at that time. This time again, it hot again, but it's like again we can talk about the interest groups them and how all that play out. I mean, I say, which I don't see happen, so I have not seen. I'm not saying not happen, but within my own lifetime, and it's why I don't actively follow Sierra Leone politics for the past 20 or 25 years, you know, let's say from the Second Republic. So that all that's happened. The last term, again, the chairmanship position, we get a serious competition. And when I've been Prince Harding and Bati Losonga, at that time, Prince Harding, now them declare the winner. I'm not saying I win or not, I them declare say win at the time. So, but we see the battle that will happen, gunshots, you know, people that wound here and there, and that's still not missing within this convention will happen soon at the lower level. And the reason why we can bring that come up now, because it's easier to say the APC na violent party. Now that's stereotype, don't they? But it is wrong. Now we can say that stereotype. If you watch what don't happen within the SLPP for the past, not just this time, but for the past 10, 15, 20 years, there has always been bloodbath or bloodshed during the convention. Then. They don't kill people. You understand? A lot of dangerous things don't happen. This is not to against the opposition within themselves. Dangerous things are happening, but people let it turn a blind eye to them because there's this narrative where they don't have say the APC minor violence party, which in actual fact, if you look at APC most of the time very peaceful how they operate. And these are talking because records then they. So the confusion and don't happen. But we don't hear these slogans them this last term. We don't hear Ibima, no, we don't hear other slogan. Now the last we end up come out now a slang where they pull him say you cocoros. How you manage to say you cocoros?
We all know what the meaning of that song.
Yes, exactly. How you manage to say you cocoros? But we'll come to all that again as well. But so around it, that's what waiting happen. But if we want to look at the people that we win, sometimes the people can vex. Say, oh, why not them people here? Now they win. For example, the PRO position or the public relations person. Now a civil society person, prominent civil society person, Mambu. Now in contest for
CSO.
Yes, CSO Mambu. Prominent civil society. They decide now for turn politician. Is that a bad thing? Is that a crime? I don't think so. I honestly don't think so. Because if it feels say me role as civil society, I don't perform and don't then now I want to go into politics. Now right.
But if he cease or become a civil society.
He's not a civil society activist anymore. He can't claim that anymore because now I'm a full-fledged politician.
So during his time as because SLPP as a party gets criteria for making for contest for certain positions.
Yes.
So how did he meet the criteria if he was still existing?
Exactly. So that's where the point is. The level of hypocrisy. So you carry the title as civil society person, whereas you're a card-carrying member of a political party. So you're an active politician undercover, but then they play the deception for fool people saying they speak for the people. Whereas having the political party. So we don't see that kind of thing, they don't happen. Have there been civil society activists that when they don't appoint in public positions before? Boku. That's normal. It is your right to serve, you know, if the president thinks that you fit for serve your nation. That's not what we're talking about. We're talking about being politicians. So that's one key thing will happen. We see the women's leader or the women's wing. The last time there was a prominent person when I did the former women's leader, Fatmata Sawane. Fatmata Sawane lost to Hawafore at that time. Then we do that election day twice.
Yeah.
Okay? They do a rerun, he win. Hawafore win against Fatmata. At that time, Fatmata Sawane was powerful. Then now she's a deputy ambassador in Guinea, and it don't lost. So you don't come out inside the SLPP politics apart from support role. Now you get this election again, Hawafore now beat him. Bad one. But before that, wait till we the First Lady of Sierra Leone openly confess say people they carry gun and military fatigue and weapons wey not to military people. The First Lady saying that to a political party we're a part of, where they claim say that they for peace and unity. That is a big indictment on the SLPP and a big weakness on the government of Sierra Leone, and particularly PPRC or PPRA, whatever they want to call it now. The reason why I make a talk that because that something calls for serious investigation. Because coming from the First Lady, for let's say that means you get proof. But the elections happen, Hawafore again win. And we know Hawafore alignment now with the First Lady. So Fatmata Sawane lost the election. The YG as well, I think say they're glad to say now the First Lady in person in win. So
for ask you, how comes Fatmata Sawane they serve in her capacity as a deputy ambassador to Juma, but at the same time contest for the women's wing leader?
Well, right. Now they not as important.
But you're serving as a government official.
Yeah.
Do you have the right to contest as a political party?
Yeah.
You're not getting nothing for
You
design
elected position.
Okay, so an appointed position.
Yeah, an appointed position. And they under not to national elections you have for can contest. If
so
you are a member of parliament, then something will say if all resign certain term because they collect funds from the consolidated funds, she gets paid for it. But this one are inter-party and political party where they don't be member of for lifelong member. So yeah.
So what's in that struggle? Do they have any other contender apart from just those two on a regular basis back to back?
People in contest, but when you see though they talk about them, no say they don't have the votes. They don't have that much power. They members them, they aspire, you expect them as candidates, but are the two main contenders them. And I did the bottleneck don't be. Because remember the last time before that convention day, music being done sing na party office. If I hold before
the convention.
Before the convention. Then this time now, are you kokoro so are you manage so but before you kokoro so one side you know they sing be ma.
We talk am?
Yeah, we do am. Yeah, we talk am, we do am.
That need it.
So one person will celebrate one moment, the other person will cry the other moment. But one interesting thing will happen. We elect the stance of the president of Sierra Leone. Two people got fired because of the inter-party
systems
election.
Okay.
The Minister for Youth Affairs, Mohamed Oman Bangura, got fired because apparently we say he get interfere with the elections and then cause problem at Tonkolili. And the other guy with them be appointed as Sierra Leone Aviation, Sierra Leone, I think aviation or something like that, or shipping agency or something. Instead of to come on the same Tonkolili. So now Oman, now they all two that be the rival, then they but I think they all two belong to different groups. So they all get in talks and can and fetch. So they lost their job because of intra-party.
So do you think that's a serious move by the president?
Or
it's a political statement that he wants to make?
Like I say, whatever the motive or whatever the rationale behind why he do them, whether some tender and they support an interest group we care about or we're interested in, or you think say they pose threats to something bigger, but there was action taken. If that was what the president had done from where the likes of Abu them will cause problem, like today, people for them continue for respect them.
Sure.
But you only acted where you get for do it now your internal party structures or internal party feud. When you get for do with causing violence to other people out there, Lima did the same thing, terrorize people, but they still maintain their jobs. And Lima conduct the Women's Congress.
Like anyone.
It was. I can't remember where they did it this time. I know say the last one had in Kailan.
No, that's not in Kailan. This one, I think that ball came in.
Okay.
110%.
Right. So, but I just they say so raining terror on your opponents or ordinary Sierra Leoneans, they pay the price. Then you cover you people there. But then when I told myself, you fire them. Did you fire them because you're acting, say you are against lawlessness and violence, or because they threaten something of your interest? That's the question.
Not much was said after the
fight. Nothing was said. Nothing was said. Okay. And I think not to just them too, I think there was a third person we lost in job as well for that. Now Kenema, because there was a video going away and rain terror, soldier man then did and they shoot Tianda, then they did it to Ibo to Lianda. So 2 days of riot, the Kenema was under siege, or the area na Kenema. So we don't see all incidents. I mean, when I talk about say that they brand the APC as a violent party, I still the question that because of all the examples there as well there for sure. And this is what they said to themselves. Mm-hmm. The last time we all know it happened. Someone that was supporting John Benjamin got killed. Mm. That was, I think, 2012 or something like that. Someone that was supporting John Benjamin got killed again within the
before the 2018 election.
For 2012 elections.
No,
yes.
It was 2018.
No. For 2012 elections. For where they be.
Now 2012 we get our boss in a bossing. Where they be stolen Julius Maada Bio.
Correct, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so
from that incident in
that lead to all incident there. So if we look at them, they will look at them that way. So now just around the elections, the people that they elect to go talk about that. But I hear your opinion first. Then
well, again, you don't highlight a lot of concerns in terms of violence for the political party coming into this particular convention, we then gets Freetown. And I feel say this time around, the convention was hosted in Freetown. For some reason, it makes a huge amount of difference because it is the city where you expect sanity, which again, not prevailed 110%. But the good thing is, it was not as usual when in the host time at the provincial towns. Maybe they don't specifically forget the situation under control, even though it was a bit noisy. But I think what I find very interesting this time around are the fact that the pushers, the runners, the main pioneers of the previous convention, with them they vouched for certain positions. Some of them are not involved this time around. So the tension wasn't that great in terms of the contest we did between the chairmanship and the secretary general, of course the PRO, we know, but few more other positions than we did. Now like a done deal to some extent, even though we have some issues, but I saw it to be, quote unquote, they said it was a clean cut election, but we know how elections are running anyway. But we all see where the votes were coming from and where they were voting. So based on the counting of what we saw, or what we see, I think either is a fair judgment based on the contestants that we participate in the election, or it was a judgment that was meant to be what it was. There is no way on earth I would have realized some of the people that we contest against, the main one of them, will win the election. They accept otherwise. I'll go specifically to not the chairmanship, but the secretary general position. I know Sergio is just coming in, not as a new kid on the block, but he's been around for a while, but mostly behind the scenes of the political frame of SLP. And we all say, yes, he has taken 2 positions in government, but at the same time, his role as SLPP hasn't been that much on the front line. And Pawan, of course, don't express a lot of militancy within the party structures, within the opposition side of things, and within your realm as somebody who don't serve the party all these years. They have been the front runners for most of the violence stuff that don't happen within the political realm against opposition or against anybody who not in favor of their political party per se. So it was not a deal. It was not a done deal. But I think it was something that was very much obvious to say, yes, Pawan will win that election. So even if you put the balance of the scale in terms of their capacity, well, not much to do with their capacity, but in terms of their ambition in the party, in terms of their role, or in terms of the role that they have played over the past couple of decades within the party structure, is pretty much obvious. But the interesting thing about the chairmanship, I don't know where engineer, what was his name? Kalon Komot. I was quite shocked when I saw him.
Chairman?
Yeah. Okay. I was quite shocked when I saw him for the first time. And thinking about it, why was he drafting at the 11th hour?
Yeah, well, I'll talk about the engineer Kalon situation, but just for Lewi family know for we conversation today, we get a special guest with the join me. And we so appreciate him when our fellow colleague we have been on the doing program for a while, and he said one can help with this conversation today. We in Matilda Cole, we based in Canada, and I hope the technical team will let him in soon for joining to the program as well on the Zoom, and so we will be for connect with him as well on the different platforms there. So he can join me shortly. We join must know, so we will usher him and welcome him into the program as well. Is Matilda on right now? Okay. Whilst we wait for him, so now they talk about the Sergio Aziz. Okay. Hello, Matilda.
Hi, can you hear me?
I hear you loud and clear. Welcome to Sierra Media Live. And we're happy that you make time for can join on to this program. And before you join I want to say happy anniversary to you from the Sierra Media team.
What did you celebrate?
We have a lot to celebrate.
Well,
yeah, for sure.
20 years familiarity, 19 years together, and been married for 11 years.
So that to you?
They are big, no? I know what make that
cool.
You let it talk in English, so you will be definite.
I beg, I know they fetch for man, I beg.
So Mr. Cole, no, so
Mr. Donner.
I will say congratulations to you, and we hope so that they enjoy our celebration, and we wish you many more celebrations as well.
Thank you.
Hello, are you there?
Yes, can you hear me?
Hello?
Yes?
You really wish from Sierra Media, eh?
Can you hear me?
I can hear you loud and clear.
Yes, we can hear you.
Yes, I have been married to a wonderful man called E.T. Donner for a little over 11 years. I've known him for 20 years. We've been together for 19 years, and it's been a bliss.
Yeah, wonderful. Well, we wish you now many more celebrations as well. That we're all together, on get full in together.
all working stick together.
When I sit on a veranda together, all of that.
Okay. Thank you.
Yes. So Matilda, tell me Madu, and let us hear you, and thank you for joining us. Then we'll come to the program proper.
Well, this has been a long time coming.
Yeah.
I think I am the invited guest that always shows up online and the labo, but never shows up in person. But Listen, I think we are getting close to that time where it's time to slowly start, speaking truth and analyzing certain things, and for make we begin recalibrate we mind them and we brains and heads them. So therefore, a day or so today, I will say today will be a drive-by. Hopefully next time I go sit down proper. And yeah, let's just see, waiting we can engage and bring forward to una the people them of Salon. And as usual, it's up to you to make your decision. We go say waiting we need for say. But at the end of the day, na una conscience and una belief get for lead una to waiting una want. And if una believe enough in waiting una want, then una go allow una conscience for speak truth to una. So once again, I'm happy to be here with the Sierra Gem brothers. I should call them the Three Musketeers. And yeah, and Juma, I see you write something on your page. So like I said, if that's the path you want to take, go for it. Definitely to know me, to know is that I talk politics, even though I don't belong to any political party, but I think you see heart, you see soul, you see grit when you see one, and I think you're one of such persons. So best of luck.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. And definitely we'll get for do special program on our day. So since today the focus on the SLPP on, I want for keep up. I appreciate you and thank you so much for those words. It means a lot to me. Trust me. So Matilda, you don't follow the SLPP activities from the lower level elections, I believe, to the time where they not elect the national chairman, the secretary general, and the full executive actually. So what's your take so far in terms of the activities around the lower level from your perspective and how you see them as a political party? Is that what we want to, is that the kind of political party we want to see, or the people that want to see leading their political parties and hopefully plan for can govern the country, or were you expecting better?
Okay, so basically, I think I said this the last time on VOS, and if there's any VOS people them where they watch, they are big. Una no can talk say Matilda, they can Saturday, but then look, you can sit on a Sierra Gem. I am actually coming back. I just took some time off, okay, to take care of some personal stuff. So make una no can begin, they can shoot me. That being said, three things I observed. The local elections, race, like I say, were smeared with violence, manipulation, and power trepidation, right? And that they not new. I think this has been an ongoing thing for a long time now. I come inside Sauna they talk about, the last women leadership race, as much as, Sawanebin get all the clouds that there could have been, sometimes they can say where power meets power, the lesser power must bow. Mm-hmm. And so I think say nadande na happen nada women leadership race day, and to a larger extent than they continue for happen na the local race system. Now the interesting thing will happen at the national, and I will continue for give the SLPP, the organizer, this credit is that I don't see any conformal in terms of, open belligerent, in terms of fighting, right? Open fist fighting, mamiko, swear this. There was a lot of hints, yes. The Kokoros is a very popular, I think they don't reignite, just like where the former, aspirant to the mayoral, leadership in Freetown, reignite the song, Freetown TT collection. Like when a few years back, Freetown TT Connection became something. I think say Kokoros outside Dr. Olode right now. If I don't make some serious royalties on that, Kokoros then became the thing of the day. And I listened to somebody like Mike Bearer in explanation of the Kokoros, and I just have to laugh and be like me season Creole picking like me, they can't tell me say Kokoros not to eat. If you know the meaning of Kokoros, you definitely know that, there was a blatant finger pointing and a blatant, we don't pepper you. We they show you pepper and we don't pepper you. Serious pepper you going on in that hall. But amidst it all, I like the kind of civility, quote unquote, we happen. Absolutely. Was there a sort of, a power play we happen? Yes. But is this the end of the power play? Absolutely not. What thing we actually don't see is that the stage has officially been set for a very dynamic and interesting internal fighting, internal backbiting, backstabbing, power trepidation, hegemony that's going to take place. If anybody say the SLPP as a party is united as one, as they seem to be claiming, then that person definitely is not living, is living in space or some sort of space outside of the real realm. I know for say we can talk about the APC and then challenges them and this. But here, let me warn you and let me be careful to say this. If the SLPP is not careful, waiting on another experience from the APC is going to be child's play compared to what you may experience from the SLPP. Because there is one thing I'm going to say, and I'm going to say it crystal clear. Mama don't tie oja. And pikin no go able lose that ojade. Alefanso.
That they deep. Mama don't tie oja and pikin no go able for lose that oja. Before I bring Tboy come in and then myself can talk a little bit of more play. So waiting Papa in go do now. Where Mama don't tie oja and we know say pikin no go able for lose that oja. Waiting you think say Papa go able for do?
Papa be make one statement, I believe na inside Bintumani or Radisson Blues. I don't remember the exact place that conference they been take place. He say in a papa for of the nation. So in need for sabi for le don't find for make him picking the sock from into Bobby. But make I just tell Papa say in this scenario, it's not going to work.
Right.
Because not only one bed you get for sleep. Not only inside one house you get for day. No matter how you cut the cake. Now inside that house day you day. So I go say to hate to be him right now really. Because that's house they get for Bonham. And if you not take 10 pendage for commodity, I left and so.
Right. All right, so thank you so much, Matilda. That's great contribution. And Tboy, what would be your take from what Matilda said and piggyback to the talk when you talk about the sector general? Then Mr. Bin will kind of allow not small.
Matilda don't show we say na Creole. We can say int name master Kabaslot no he misses, eh?
So then,
Because with what you don't say, it gets a clear statement of what the expectation might be like come 2028 and after. Because like you say, the turmoil right now we is APC they go through is now 0.100% compared to what might be the expectation come 2028 or after 2028. So I clearly understand the context at which you bring the discussion with the reality of what happened.
Mhm.
But I endorse and agree with what you mentioned, say the situation within Bintumani was civil and the chairman of the election, when Ambassador Yongao, actually did well. I think I will give him that praise, even though I reluctantly would not want to say that. But I think his performance on the day was good, although against my own negative side of some of the things that maybe they say, I feel to say was not good and not go down well with me and the people that maybe they talk about. But I think he conducted the election in a civil way, where if self you not believe say it is real, it shows some elements of reality. But the good thing back when them do make a feel there was a lot of civility or civil activities in Bintumani where make everything was okay. The president was there from the start to the end.
So I mean, one way clear you talk though, and my name is one for challenge you and Matilda because civility there was no way person go lead up a dream, he eat bogari, 12 cup bogari, you understand? For go create problem outside the president of Sierra Leone.
That was deliberate.
So because of the president, they so now make and me know they admire say civility in there. It was obvious.
So some extent,
the president was there.
Yeah.
Again, the state apparatus in hand. And I don't go disrespect them and anything. So no way, no day. So, but the thing will happen now inside that hall, T-shirts then come out with you Kokoroso.
But again, he hasn't got control for that.
Well, thank you. So imagine if he was not the sitting president. Let's say he is there as a former president. If you will get the same kind of decorum or civility when we experience. So like that side, me not recommend the SLPP for that because that is what is supposed to happen.
Okay, but again, in other contexts, you can also say there are times when the masses of the political party ignore his president.
It is not possible.
Well, I'll give you two instances. Two instances. This sometimes will be prominent two instances. One of which could be the time that we I feel say it is tried for. Okay, that will not be within the space of the political party. It's outside of the political party. But I will take that back because again, the examples they were going for states are not within their political party range. It's outside of their political party. So people will actually react to some of the things that we sometimes mention as an example. But you will give them some elements of credit to some extent. Because the thing that I emphasize on that, there were an element of scuffles within the whole itself because I watch the elections from start right up to the end. And there was some period of time where you get who are.
That's normal.
And even it not be that obvious, say it's tough, where things were being out of control. But I think his presence at the venue creates that element of sanity where not go beyond expectation. But there were some elements of
we witnessed 2011 SLPP convention. We saw a different SLPP then with the same kind people and then scholar people. We know people that will go with gun and threaten people. You understand?
Yeah.
We know where people that old phone they threaten people and families them. Now areas where them people go vote for them. At that time, now President Bio was there as a contender.
Presidential candidate, an aspirant for
Exactly.
the
So
flag-bearership.
Namekali say if he was there as a former president, bra, na different ball game we foresee. So
but he not been get the clout. He not been get the clout and the respect where he gets, or assuming respect where he gets now within the party then.
exactly.
Right? So absolutely, I go expect two different scenario. 2011, the Bio of 2011 was still trying to convince the old guards that he's still with them, that he's that person. Some of them were looking at him skeptical, and that's the reason why Bullet, for una we not sabi Bullet, Prince Harding, right? Really, I for say been get for take him as ion Pekin, right? As ion Pekin, and really bulldoze in way for make he gets the clout where he finally gets for bring and can to Usai he finally they so now today. He needed that boost, and the old guards needed to prop him up then to get that to pierce through that barricade, because there was a lot of distrust then. Right now a different type of clout now I get. So I can't compare the
True.
quote unquote the respect where he been the command then, or possibly, and the respect where he possibly command now. Yeah, absolutely, there have been times when he has been to places and it's gotten rowdy, but with one or two una set much una waiting and call, they tend to listen very much to him.
So the sanity and civility, may I will credit them to the residents in presence. Now that make I think say you been there. But not labeled on that. One thing when me go say that the national convention was seemed to be fear.
Yeah, I would say that. But again, the only reason why I will endorse that seems to be fair, and because of the participants, the contenders involved.
Yeah.
Because like a chalk and cheese, let's be honest. You have to be obvious in a situation like in that you expect engineer Kalon for win election over Bachilo, we don't fetch bullets to in teeth and tongue say without you we can still match.
Yes.
So he gave it to Bullet. Like he said earlier on, now Bullet then say win.
Yes.
Let me be clear. Let me say win. But look at it now. You get this man who take Bullets to the top of in career and fetch him.
Right.
And they say, "Boy, you get for take him easy."
Right.
And take out somebody where I don't even know who this guy was in the first place. So talk less of the party structure.
Right.
And you count David and Goliath.
Yeah.
It is quite obvious.
Right.
There is no way you can mix and match these two.
Yeah.
The win was not even a landslide. It was beyond landslide.
Of course.
Right.
But Batilo, an interesting thing, you see people from the opposition congratulating and jubilating for Batilo and win. People say Barcelona die-hard SLPP.
Exactly.
When you cut in vein, not to red they commodity and green they commodity. In as much as they know for say he will stand up for the SLPP, but because of impersonality and how they relate to people outside political season, make people get respect for them.
Yeah.
That's right.
You go to now the Secretary General and to Matilda in Paddy.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know say I'm padio, but okay, sure.
Like we explained earlier, Sergio Aziz Kamara, we all know, is the brain box. He's a gentleman. He's a politician. He's a strategist. He's not a rowdy or violent person. Right. Well, I don't ask Goya now. At the same time, it not mean say Sergio a coward. No, but he's
right.
Strategic the way how they play. I know Sergio, he's a brother. I don't say I don't comport himself like this UK also. How they try for come for bridge gap, make peace and all of that kind of thing. Okay? The people that will be no say rowdy, na Jimmy Batty no so they wait him out now for such confusion. You will call and for go help you first. The vex Panama. You understand? But here comes now the SLPP. Now I make I ask you the question. Are these the people that we want to?
Well, Paran self, una not forget Parano. Paran is very, very hot-tempered.
Now they leave that to Sergeant and Paran.
I said you party.
Let me go to
Sergeant, you party.
What was Sergeant?
Paran, you party. So Paran, where one don't threaten, not to just threaten violence, but don't contribute during the 2023 elections for go right around the country, make them chase women, them displace people them from their homes them.
I saw lots of those videos.
You understand? We run away, come out in a boast with another one. We see how he called police and military for a colleague parliamentarians and a parliament, a bulldozing way. The man go out and publicly confess, say, we not win this election or waiting we do for pulling 10 MPs then. The man confessed to crimes, you understand? To bad things then. We see the man here in Tawari and they don't team up, they don't cause for corruption, that corrupt passing company. We same man where it puts in wealth. Now the people will not be the work where people and then you get millions of graduates them. We don't graduate, they don't even forget job, but in wealth, see don't I host or then at TikTok every day. If they do TikTok videos, but she gets paid from the consolidated fund. We see person where flout the constitution as clerk of parliament. They still involved in active party politics. When they call for a resignation, the president, the best thing they do is say, let's suspend the man whilst they investigate. Then the man still go contest and win. And he boast say, hey, nobody know when for Timak before that. But that's anything I talk. The thing will reach for that. You understand? So you can't compare them to them.
Yeah, of course not.
Matilda, what do you have to say about that? I know saying that your friends or say you are for the bias, but
I mean, if anybody know me and don't they follow me in this media, they know for say me as somebody we know they condone nonsense on no uncertain terms. Paran as as an opposition SLPP, I think did great in the walls of parliament coming up. Paran as an SLPP in the rulership of the SLPP, I think has been nothing short of a disappointment in terms of in characteristics, in attitude, in portrayal, in complete dismissal of people then flouting the law on several occasions. But you see, the thing is that, like I can say, do we really need to really talk about this? Do we really need for recite all waiting Parandon do and way in a natural state of being for don't disqualify and completely for hold any position of trust in the country? But the country where we get now the kind country where it's almost as if the bolder, the more gangsterist attitude you portray, the more people are attracted to you, the more our people hail you, the more they revere you. Because Nadande don't see. This was the man where I think I don't remember who's gathering them in day where the SLPP still was the SLPP they tell the president say make them reinstate them Paran back. Make them reinstate them Paran back. Then want them Paran back. So who am I really for can begin they can tell people then say this man is unqualified based on this. They know it, but that's what they prefer. And that's what they have demonstrated as a political party, that the more thuggish, the more kind of, if even self not in practice, but just the mere semblance or appearance or display of it, it's, for them, it's an attraction. It's an attraction, and that is what, according to what they waiting and don't vote. Some of the people the way they elect right now, the national body. I'm not saying these are not sure on a normal basis you sit down with them people there so one-on-one. I'm sure you can have a civil conversation with them. However, when it comes to politics, they go Google Gaga, they cease to become rational. They become irrational beings, and now that irrationality then they attract a lot of people them, unfortunately, where they follow the party, and that is what they've choose to elected. Irrational pompousness, the boast bass, they like the boast bass attitude, the boast bass, presentation. Yes, that listen, this is what they want. This is what they cried for. This is what they voted for. You can see by the numbers, the results, that this is absolutely what they are setting themselves up for. As true, is this what we want as a nation? I mean, the answer is crystal clear. No nation that is looking at advancements, that is looking at furthering, that is looking at being an international player or sitting at the table and having a voice, go on for, be bringing such people to the forefront as the prime and choice people them. But unfortunately, we happen to find ourselves in a system wherein, nepotism, tribalism, affiliation of, how they can call them, the tribal allegiance. Tribal allegiance trumps everything, and that's what we're seeing.
Points they made. We will revisit some of them conversations here. We will reference them as we go along. But if we're looking at this, and also we start and today, we will go on today. We are deliberate when we do a flyer. We come to potential or side away rumors that don't begin the past about who that would be the successor to President Bio for the SLPP as the next aspirant for president. We get beaucoup names, but we decided for put four, just four no more. We put the Mami we don't tie the Oja. We put the second gentleman, Dr. Julius Jallo. We put one of the most experienced parliamentarians and lawmakers in the country, Mr. Tunis. And we put a young man where nobody not talk about much yet, where the present Minister of Foreign Affairs. As prediction from Sierra Leone media, say out of these four, maybe one person going for be the flag bearer for the SLPP. It's a prediction for today. We might get that tomorrow. We might get it right. We might be wrong. But that's our prediction. Tboy and Matilda, what's your take?
Matilda, go first.
Oh la 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 la. Very interesting choice, by the way. Again, people them, I might change my mind, just like Juma say, "In can change your mind tomorrow, but for today, now they want they also a pick." So for today, I might change my mind tomorrow. So when I don't say Matilda, na so you been say. You get right to say Matilda, na so you been say. But when they say, I'm also add say, but he been say, he can change your mind. Do I think that the Mami we don't tie Oja go 1-for-1 for flag bearer? I don't think so. I don't think so. But do I think that the Mami we don't tie Oja can surprisingly throw a hat to somebody unexpected? I highly, highly, highly feel so. One and the name them way you call when a Tim Kabada, Foreign Affairs Minister. Now somebody where I don't even know how to describe him because he's not quite a chameleon, he's not quite a cheetah, he's not quite a lion. Now a morphology of all of them thing and they combine. You don't see him out in the open doing the political thing. He's there doing his job, you know, cruising under the radar, but doing things that when maybe you can look at it at the totality, you might say, why not give him a chance? So that is where his own nomination no go surprise me at all. Or intention or declaration no go surprise me at all. The other two where I think say the one when I've been there, I think he was the former opposition leader in the parliament, right? Tunis. And is now at the ECOWAS parliament, blah blah blah.
Time not expire as well.
Yeah, seasoned politician, true, but he does not have any clout, I'm sorry to say. He not get any clout. The person with him up BNM and even in Oman, I am sorry to say that, you know, she's been relegated to a relegacy. I'm not going to explain that too much. When I was be English, I know say when I go say Matilda, you don't carry so back, you know, be big English then. No. Sometimes some talk then they just they talk and pant up no more you left and so. I do not consider him not a Siam in my radar. He is non-rated. I am sorry. Now, the vice president, however, well, Juma, I think say there is a potential there because you people them, they look one shake something small, right? They look one shake something small, and from that angle, there might be a shaking. Would he be successful at it? The probability maybe is a 50-50. I do not see a 75-25 potential here. There are other names, surprisingly, make I put this one so up front where some people and go feel to say nah the thing, but I am sorry. The Mami way don't tie the Oja, not to miss sale. The Mami way don't tie the Oja say Rita Mali. I not see Rita Mali inside there. No, I not see Rita Mali inside there at all. But Nasumi go left for right now, and as the talk they go before, maybe I will go deeper into why I position them that way.
No, it's a Mali, not about Mali. I know what's in Matilda the players.
Thank God, team and you catch him.
Oh, Mali, no, it's a Mali.
It's a Mali.
Well, explain that to me.
No, I need explanation.
Explain that to me.
Then I want us to you, Matilda. I guess your point. Then I want us to go to Juma.
Thank you, Tboy. Thank you.
Right, Itamali? Next show.
All right, next show. So the next show now for Itamali. All right. So let me. You don't talk about it.
No, not talk about it. You see, I'm considering of my but let's do something first. So basically, this is deliberate. Where I say this is deliberate, you categorically clear. Listen to me when I do my nation for this guy for me.
Me. I know they were at
But honestly, we had 14.
Yeah.
Previously.
Yeah.
Where we make the comparison with all the one who they assess this might be potential. And now we don't cut them down to 4.
Force for now.
Force for now. But it's deliberate because the force forward on put so deliberately signify a lot of stuff. I will differ Matilda for say the Mamina power the contest. In it okay another one. Then I won. And the reason I make a to say in the talk and in mean and in the do As far as she's concerned, nobody's better than her. As far as she's concerned.
And then again, nothing for lose.
Again, you're not asking for lose. But at the same time, she may want to register her name on the card for, say, I contested for SLPP flagbearership in Sierra Leone as a political party. And she believed strongly, in her own opinion, that she single-handedly make her husband to become the president of Sierra Leone. So if she can do it for him, she can do it for herself. So that is a self-belief we cannot take away from anybody, which I cannot understand where she's coming from anyway. And looking at the way she executes her power within the political party structures, what exists now, nobody can challenge her. Openly, maybe behind the scenes, yes, but openly, she has not been challenged. So these are some of the advantages that she carries along her shoulder, which gives her not audacity, but confidence to say, I can challenge any one of you guys because I have made you a boss. Who are you? So looking at her from that context, I kind of strongly believe.
No, it is well with my soul been try for challenge mo.
Well, it is well with my soul try halfway but not continue. Right. Because in not of possibly the face half enough, you get to take them all the way because she's always ready to finish any battle. She's not scared of any battle. But let's move on. That's not on her. Like we all know highlights, as Matilda said, Tunis have political experience in administration, but within a different structure. As a political party representative, not much have been heard about him at all. But as a representative within the structures of administration in parliament and all of that stuff that we don't do within the administrative side of the political party in ruling is quite different from his activities as an SLPP. So, yes, he might have some amount of knowledge within running affairs of political parties or whatever it is, but I don't think he's that political for giving himself that kind of credence within the grassroots or even within the hierarchy for saying, yes, I am a strong contender. Yeah, his name is there for specific reason because when he gets to the crunch, I know for sure how they might be thinking otherwise. Yeah. And they will look at various dynamics of how they will bring in players that will make a difference in terms of who will challenge the opposition as it is APC right now. So they have all these strategic positions laid out, not on their front table, but behind the scenes. Timothy, of course, is the, how would I call him? He's not the pitbull of the president right now, but he's the werewolf of the president. Meaning, werewolves don't come out during the day. They operate at night. So you hardly see his operations. And if you watch strategically, he has held two significant positions in government.
Three.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, three. Well, the third one, I'm not 110% sure yet.
But before the first one, as head of petroleum directorate.
Hey, okay, well, that is one
under the office of president.
Well, that is one that I'm not bringing in closely because not just that, but it was also linked with the fact that he was in charge of the investment forum.
Correct.
On the diaspora landscape. So he has
exactly. And they say it's a bit Russian,
he was speaking in Russia.
Right.
So basically he's so Namek I say with him and the werewolf of the president. So basically he operates behind the scenes and nobody sees, just the Matilda see. But the bad thing about him, he is not within the realm of people to be able to acknowledge him as a political party member first, because he does not wear his political cap as SLPP, even though he serves as SLPP in governance. But show me the last time you saw him on political rallies when he's actively involved on the front line. No, you don't get to see him. So to me, now like somebody where they will bring in for strategic international advantage. Whether it makes a difference or not, I don't know. Because the two major ministries that we don't want are the bread baskets or mouthpiece of any government. One, mines, two, foreign affairs. So if you deal with those two areas, me always say, this is on record, but no, off the record. If you don't manage the baskets of where money comes, and then you are the one dealing now with the international communities of where that basket, where the money comes was, it means a lot. And it is an automatic switch from finance to foreign. So whatever you have within the finance sector is what you're now bringing into the foreign aid or foreign area of what you're doing. So that is his dynamics. And he played a very key role in President Julius' government. And nobody takes the attention to him at all. He's not an underdog, but I will not be surprised if he runs on the card. And he will be the presidential candidate for his president right now that we represent. He will single-handedly pick him to say, go. You know, a million people way at the push for this race. Because they all have theirs.
Yeah.
So we don't know who will be the candidate or first lady if she chooses not to, which I doubt, because you don't believe nobody other than herself. VP, of course, is playing a very smooth role at the moment. You see now less of him within the public domain. But behind the screen, been a lot of groundwork. I know, of course, Ian, first lady, you see one side, we don't see happening now in public, in display, in all sorts. But again, if you watch the role where they play right now, it's not actually serving, in my opinion, is not actually serving in the capacity of the presidential second man. He's more or less working on himself as an individual. And his role is very critical. But put all those four together. Now let's look at another structural dynamics of provincial representative or boundary representative. I'm not bringing in tribe, but I'm not looking at the provincial representative where the likes of people that have represented the political party came from in terms of their region. None of these four fits any of those categories. Yeah. And that is very interesting. Very interesting. So I make Juma must be some bad boy, man. Why did you choose this four? Over to you.
Yeah, so thank you. I think our analysis them, make a lot of sense. And if myself
But before you talk, the thing we're interesting about the Team Kaba in possible candidacy is the fact that not only has he been working in stillness, but because he is not seen as, that political zealot or party zealot, I would say, it puts him in a very interesting position in that people can say, well, with him at least you can have dialogue. With him at least you can see that he can cross to the other side and listen to the other side. With him at least he can bring the other side to the middle, right? That's what makes him very peculiar. And that is why I have my eye on him.
And that is why I think he has not been involved in frontline political events.
Well, again, when I don't analysis don't make a lot of sense. When I don't, establish great points that way, I believe say we listeners and viewers then will take home and think. And I know say the one the way they make decision yonder, if not they don't watch today, then they get for take up for part of the review process. They understand for help them determine. I agree with now with the First Lady. Una both argument them make sense. One moment she may not contest, but it would did it or make sure say assert as much as possible. At the end of the day, push in your candidate where he wants. Two, like you stated, it go there because it want for let go na the history books that it gazetted say a contest either he not win or he waits last minute, he pull back for somebody because when he go there, he will be the spoiler for other people. Then. So in the gatekeeper, just like how Jerry Brown say, you get the gate crashers, you get the gatekeeper, and he mentioned one more, whatever I don't remember of it. So she can be something like that. Okay? Because again, if we reference them back to the what do you call the elections, the national officers elections for chairman, he bring come somebody just because he want for come spoil. Okay? Because he want for be a spoiler, he bring come somebody completely different for come be a major challenger to one of the what you call them? To one of the major contestants that we everybody know. They say, okay, it's a done deal, but it still sends somebody inside it. It can be like that. It can be a situation like the Hawafore Fatmata Sawane situation, wherein a car pull somebody, a car topple Fatmata Sawane, whether be this almighty, all-powerful women's leader, and bring me up possibly me the remote control. So it can be something like that. Okay. Then it can be a situation wherein any one of the top contenders then go down left with anything but for saying, you know what, we have to pitch tent with her for last succeed. Because one thing I will say Paran pitch tent with her.
Yeah.
Or let it win overwhelmingly. Okay? Not necessarily say Paran the supporter model to the CHI, Paran may have another candidate we're loyal to, or the other person we're loyal to, but it will get for pitch tent with them to some extent. So that's what makes her role or situation very interesting, just like you say. So we know they rule out say no contest, we know we rule out say or confirm say will contest, but there's a possibility. And Tunis, I was deliberate for so many reasons. One, the political experience. Now, the most experienced SLPP politician right now, we don't win, I think, 3 elections.
Okay.
3. For
So
parliament. Yes, it don't serve the parliament for that long. And it don't get into politics from the Second Republic, meaning from 1996. It served na NUP. Okay? NUP that the John Benjamin political party, the National Unity Party, I think have been secretary day before now they come full-fledged to SLPP. So he served there. So waiting make a put him there, now that one is still get relationship within the SLPP base. Where right now the problem with there, you have the group where feel say na new SLPP, and the group will feel say they don't can hijack the SLPP. Where in the likes of Tunis can say, you know what, I'm going to be representing all sides. So they will look at him that way. 2, with the experience, and 3, the regional standing. Like you said, we'll not get nobody from the south particularly, but it claim Pujel as the south. So it gets southern connection as well as the eastern connection. When a Kenema, this specifically for the SLP, because they look at that regional balance. And they take them back to the Tijan Kaba days, where they say they hand over their party to total stranger. Up until this day, if they get power, they know they write Tijan Kaba in history in the SLPP. Because they say they ain't give away their party. So for that reason, there's a possibility, say, they might look in a direction because of that connection. Then I think there are other strategic things where it gets as well, we possibly appropriate for right now. We'll talk later. Coming to Team Kaba, we all agree. I think Team Kaba now like a dark horse, one, and there's a possibility with all the reasons that I don't mention, it can be a compromise candidate as well. Okay? Let me show, say, we the SLPP, we serious, we bring young person, 1. 2, he's educated, he's likable throughout the country, and instead
I don't know that too.
And let me reason. Well, easy for the people
I still don't know that.
You don't know that, but Matilda mentioned Andy, say
He's relatable.
that
Tim Kaba very relatable.
relatable is approachable and all that.
At what level?
Huh?
At what level?
Every level, you can't sit down and so and get conversation. You go listen
Yeah, it's easy to talk to, is easy to approach. You know, get that pomposity de Panam. He is like a people down to earth, you know, very unassuming type guy.
Example, when we get that issue with Guinea, Conakry, okay? We know say most of the things the way you talk, they factually not correct. But people absorb it. And they're not bash at her. Whereas the man when the Minister of Information, if people let get stoned and better, then the better than get away. You see, so now that kind of person, then it gets itself your regional standing where make us say there's a possibility that he consider as a compromise candidate. He's from the East. He spent most of his time at the North. He studied in the North. Now, McKinney Igbo School or whatever, St. Francis, now they study. And you get that connection. And you will say, if you want to bring the tribe into it a little bit, okay, we're not to tribal politics, but we get to look at how all that thing and they play for make them decision also. Because you want to make sure so you able to forget. It's got Fuller connection, it's got Madingo connection, it's got Mende connection. 3, we make them very interesting. And apart from that, we don't carry himself up to this point. They don't sit on a table and rooms them where Boku other one and not able to forget the opportunity.
Sure.
Coming to Dr. Julius Maada, people underestimate him. But we don't see vice presidents there over the years. Joe Demby not survive after first term. They kicked him out. Right? Solobika say, the way pick as vice president not support him for being president because of him, he thinks he will be a threat to that. Okay? We see the issue with Sam Sumana as well. We see the issue with Victor Fo. Julius don't demonstrate something. All they say, na mumono so, you know, they talk, you know, they this, you know, they that. But this man, we go say, don't run the country more than the president.
At some point, yes. All right.
Because the president every week they out of the country. So anytime when the president they out, he acts as president.
That's true.
So he don't run the country. He don't steer the country during difficult times. When I found other people and then they crack or they run away go. When now the August 8th incident, the November 26th incident, major incidents there. He's been there. Other people can do other things we're not supposed to be done, right? And you don't say something. For the past number of years, 7 years, you know they see and they travel much. Now, Italian they don't losing foot and they travel frequently. Is that a sign for something else? Or what? Or for say, okay, well, I don't have picture with all each other with the parts company are they on the own? Or say, okay, we'll begin to build the network one time as the successor. So all of these things, like me deliberately put them also, or say, let me watch them. And tempo each way we will bring Matilda and Paddy themselves Canada thing.
Itamali.
Itamali now, all the other one them, we deliberately not put them here. Because
Itamali and Gaddafi, they need to be put together.
Well, you can't put Itamali and Gaddafi like but like you know good. A lot of us in a confusion.
So we'll put them together and we, but it's very interesting for them to say they contribute to the conversation there. Because worst case scenario, now APC, worst case scenario, you get maybe a default candidate from SLPP. So we still therefore deal with that thing because people did not pay attention with the President Bio situation. Now we're all crying. So we have to pay attention from now on who that political party has to be choose.
Well,
you know?
Yeah. And I think, Juma, I think you make a very salient point where I think a lot of people and they ignore the fact that in this president so far in leadership, you go say more than 60% of the time, na Julde nine they act as the president. And so during very tumultuous time, two of which you mentioned, two of which I go mention during the Pademba Road prison break. He was the one on ground because the president was out. A very much more recent one, the leakage of the Josh Leidecker Kush situation. The president wasn't in the country. He was the one that first actually handled that situation. So yes, it all found itself in a very, very tumultuous, turbulent times then. The Pademba Road massacre as well. I remember he was the one as well. So yeah, actually, when you look at I think he has actually ruled the country in terms of percentage, much more than the actual sitting president.
Well, this talk, we don't TV. So this is just introduced, and we want to say thank you to Matilda for taking time off in celebration time. We can spend with the people of Sierra Leone. A show waiting in Mintora. And we appreciate you and Matilda, you get for the camp often. And Lord, they can't talk about this. Then tears so with the affect we country. You say anytime we invite we in our viewers who can by God power for all kind journey and whatnot, because we'll get for talk. We'll get for pay attention. We'll get for put we more to side with money because the same way I have penny than at all. And we problem come now, we back then you wrong too. So that goes we get for two. It's not allowed for dona poto. Gonna you white gown I get for dots.
Sure. Exactly.
Tboy, with another thing will be your last statement for today's program. And we will join people then again soon, hopefully in the next couple of weeks while it's at the air.
Checking with also the entire cow na leads, but we don't give us that statement. Now, who side the cow day, now they will go pay food. Not the entire who side the cow day. So I want to say thank you to everybody watching, and want to say thank you to Matilda for joining us as well. And on behalf of the Sierra Leone media team in the UK and Juma Bah, we did with three guys down at the Sierra Leone media studio. They say, they blow say, we said we get fixed, so I think I can skip that studio. But guess what? This is what we do. We have a lot of impromptus that really happen in our life, and in some of those impromptus, we take it very seriously and we deliver on the day when we have to. So thank you very much once more, viewers, for joining us for the first time again after a couple of months that we've been online, me and myself and Juma, the Sierra Leone media team. And like Juma said, not me for me, so Juma and I promise we will continue from beginning to this again on a regular basis. But you can yourself get the gist of what's going to happen for the past 2 years of politics in Sierra Leone, and we have been less active online. It's deliberate, but there are so many things that we didn't want to get involved with. And say we talk as it is, and we analyze as it is. So we have to stay away from certain conversations because they were totally not what we agree or disagree to. Our views and opinions are very important to our viewers. So it's better for us not to say certain things than come here and say a lot of stuff we sometimes not go down the mindset of we viewers and people away like or not like we. So that's why we've been out of the media scene for the past couple of years. Not that we are scared, not that we are not able, but we've had a lot of discussions with some of the fans them out there, and then the request for me to come back because they enjoy the conversation and the banter and the topics that they always bring come to now. So we'll continue by God's grace, inshallah. If we continue for do all the things we don't do, we will continue for do what thing we don't do over the past couple of years. So Juma, welcome back once more to Sierra Leone Media Studio in London, and we hope see you were there. You go there, so you're not going back for me. But welcome, and hope you have a good time while you're here, and wish you all the best. So for una we don't get for cook, una making cook. For una we get for take we out on a trip, una radio we are available this now holiday. For una we get for do any kind of car we did. Juma is here.
Yeah, they say Juma, they come.
Thank you.
I'm here, right
Thank
here.
you. So he's now here, and I'm waiting for all those Suggestion on get the way of mommy they make. So over to you.
So Matilda, what's your tata message to family?
Well, listen, guys, it has been great, short but sweet, for sure. Like Juma and Tboy say, the conversation sure will continue. And yes, I think say this time around, so long as time permits me, when I go see me, I go make up for the last 5 or 6 years. How about that? I'll make up for it. And because it's time we start having these very important conversations. And but like I say, at the end of the day, you where you sus, now you know how we they born. If the sus don't burn you tail, you don't develop cacto, and you're not able to put your foot inside the sus again, you know what to do. We are not here to tell you what to do, but it's great to be here. And for my viewers on VOS, you'll be seeing me in the next couple of weeks. That's a promise. Election done na Canada, so I am free now. Thank you, guys. Thanks for having me.
Thank you so much, Matilda. Well, Fambulem, we tell you thank you again, and I'm so happy to be here, particularly alongside my brother, them Femi and Tboy, and we other engineer Hassan behind the scene. In a ghost for right now. Here for begin show up soon. I'm truly happy. This is what makes Juma. When I do this, I enjoy. Can't talk, but other people like you, the bad. We don't talk about how we force you the sweet, but for talk about you.
Surprise. Yes, another one soon.
Yeah, soon I come. But on a more serious note, Sierra Leone now we own. If you say, I mix by politics they mix by you in every shape or form, in every part of your life. Really don't sleep, how you grab in the morning, how you go fend for yourself. So don't make it another person's business. Be part of the process. You don't have to be a politician or let you involved in politics and how politics works. No, you have to have your say. You have to add your voice. Because at then small talk here, so now they help for make other people say, hang on, I did not think about it that way. I'm not being processed and that way. But now with the I don't see and so it makes sense. Let we push this agenda here. So we'll continue the conversation and not go end today. And we will welcome your contribution both on the platforms then we'll not watch from. Until next time, me Juma Bah and Tboy and Matilda and the whole Sierra Media crew. They say tata tona and God bless you wherever you are.